you know, yeah, it does. Those are games you're supposed to win. You know, those are games we expect to win, and really, you know, they got after our tail at home, and that doesn't sit well, and it shouldn't sit well.
Coach, we talk about these guys scored the touchdown, and on their very next play, Streveler hits the 72-yard touchdown.
Right.
And if that's not back-breaking enough,
Then we drop the ball.
You fumble the next ball and give them the short field and an easy score.
Yeah, we you know, we got to put guys out there that are going to make plays. Period. You know, and you know, both those guys. I praised our special teams units last week for their play, and they were consistent. And you know, we had a couple young guys that we were expecting the pooch. We were making a bonsai call, you know, and you know, got into the lights and just froze. So and then you know, Milton making the fair catch there, and then not getting away from the ball. You know, he's the best we've got back there, and I've got great confidence in him. But you can't make those kind of mistakes. Those are the things that get you beat, guys. You got 3 touchdowns called back. It's tough to win a ball game like that.
Can you talk a little bit more about the penalties? I mean,
yeah, it was. Let's see, what do we have here?
14 for 150.
14 for 150. That's absurd. You know, we talked about being physical, tough, and disciplined. And that's not discipline. And, you know, there were a lot of calls that could have went either way throughout this ball game. If you're doing things the right way, if you're using proper technique, you'll get the calls on offense. Those offensive pass interference that everybody was complaining about. Well, we didn't do the things we needed to do to draw those pass plays. And from a defensive standpoint, it's called hand placement. You know what I mean? They did the same thing we did. They put their hands in the right place. We did not. So that must improve.
in the second quarter, will you talk a little bit about the offense? Because you had a couple of shots.
Yeah.
So 4th down, you didn't convert. It's a 3rd and 11 that was a check to a run play. Can you talk about
red zone production is what it came down to. We got down there 3 times. I think we came away with, 3 field goals? That's a recipe for disaster. I mean, as poorly as we had played in that first half, you know, we convert touchdowns on those opportunities. The game's tied up, you know, and we've got a chance to go out there and find a way to get a win. So, all in all, guys, it was a horrible performance, and we got to get better.
How much of a letdown is it coming off of last week where you feel like you played all right?
Right. Well, yeah, it shows you where we're not where we need to be. It shows you we still got a very young ball club, you know, and we're a work in progress. I still think that as long as we're able to stay fairly healthy, you know, we'll improve and we'll play better football as the year goes on.
Did you consider making a change at quarterback?
No, never. Not at all.
How much does the quarterback play have an effect on what you guys are able to do? Obviously, still put up yards.
Well, really, it wasn't the quarterback play, guys. Today, we couldn't handle a twist, and we got to get that figured out. The 2 young guards up inside struggled big time, and we couldn't pick anything up, and that's where our problems lie. So what we had to do is come back in the second half and try to slide, protect, and then once you get behind, you got to work your vertical back, your passing game, and you know they were just constantly pushing the pocket. We're not picking up the twist games. We got to get better at that. I mean, because everybody's going to watch the video, and that's the thing about it. It's copycat lead. Everybody's going to watch the video, and we're going to see it until we show we can pick it up.
And the offense is kind of able to start picking things up in the 4th quarter. How much do you take away from that?
Say that one more time.
Oh yeah, with the passing game, you're kind of able to catch up a little bit there in the 4th quarter. How much do you take away from that?
Well, they kept fighting. They kept playing hard. I mean, you know, they got in a situation where they were playing off and playing soft, and we were able to complete some balls. You know, I think we need to make those plays earlier in the ball game.
Coach, how would you assess your defensive line play today?
Well, they got pushed around a little bit today. I really think that they ran quarterback power, and really, you know, I got to go back and I got to look at the film. You know, I know that our safety's eyes a lot of times weren't in the right place. The safety struggle in their support of the run game. You know, which is something that they did a decent job of last week. So, again, we got some young guys back there, and there are no more excuses. They got to get better.
How worrisome is the offensive line at this point?
Well, it's an issue. It's an issue, and there's no quick fixes. We'll see what happens with Lorenzo. He may hopefully get him back at the practice at some point this week. But if not, those guys have got to step up and they've got to play.
It looked offensively, I'm sorry.
No, don't worry.
It looked like offensively there were a lot of deep shots. Is that something that South Dakota was presenting you, or by design on your end?
Well, I think, again, in our normal quick game and our 90 protection, what you saw was a lot of max protections and taking some shots one-on-one because of our protection issues. Every time we tried to get in to some 10 personnel, 4 wide receivers out there on the field, we absolutely dropped the twist. So it would not been very beneficial for us to continue to do that.
So last week at Michigan State, Morky was able to get some yards on the ground,
Right.
and that was going to be a
No,
point of emphasis.
it wasn't. It shouldn't have. Was no surprise that's what they were going to do. That's what he wanted to do, and that's their guy. Again, they were jumping the tight ends and creating some mixed matches. The safety fits on our back end are something that we need to look at and we need to improve on.
Good. I have a couple of questions, I'm sorry. One more about the game and then something else. One is Ballou starting in front of Posey. His tackle numbers are big. I mean, will you talk a little bit about his play?
Well, we knew it was going to be a physical game, and Blue is he's been around, and he's kind of he's 220 or so, opposed to Posey being 205. So we felt like this was a game that he would give us the best chance to win.
And my last question, the helmet sticker on the back for Texas, obviously that has to hit home for you and your staff.
I think that was a pretty neat deal that Tommy came up with. It does, and a lot of our staff are from the state of Texas, and I personally spent 3 years living in Houston, and I've got a lot of friends and that are down there right now. I think everybody's, their water has receded, but now is when they need, encouragement the most, because I've got a lot of buddies that are down there, and, everything they have is gone, and it's going to be a tough, long, hard road for them, and, that puts things in perspective at times, but, Tommy came to me with it earlier in the week, and I thought it was a pretty neat deal.
If I might follow up, this week, with what's going on in Florida, you have kids in your locker room that are dealing
Right.
with that as well.
Yeah, we got a few kids right now that, we got kids that come from all walks of life. I could sit here and tell you stories all day. We got, kids, solo experience, and our thoughts and prayers are with them that just, everybody's evacuating. They just can't do it. They don't have the means. So there's real life going on out there, it's important to keep that in perspective. Thank you, guys.